My name's Liz Magill. I'm the Dean of the Stanford Law School, and I am delighted to welcome you to the 5th Annual FutureLaw Conference. This conference, as I think you know, is organized by Codex, the Stanford Center for Legal Informatics, in partnership with its affiliate Thomson Reuters, and a close collaboration with the Stanford Center on the Legal Profession. We're really excited to have you here to broaden the discourse on the role that technology is playing in shaping and reshaping the legal system. Since you're here, I think you have already voted with your feet in saying that this conference is an important part of promoting the exchange of ideas among participants in the legal tech industry. You've come today from large companies, from startups, from law firms, from academia, and from government. This is a perfect conference for Stanford Law School and Stanford University to be involved in because we believe deeply that multidisciplinary approaches are necessary to prepare our students to be leaders in their fields in the future and to contribute to the conversation, ongoing conversation outside the academy. Since you've already voted with your feet, you also agree that this is a good place to be thinking about how technology is changing and reshaping the practice of law here in the heart of the Valley at Stanford University. The centers responsible for these conferences today, or for the conference today, are a sample of the many ways in which we try to have interdisciplinary approaches and also have a conversation outside the academy and inside the academy. We're really just proud to be a part of this conference and to be one part of the technology innovation ecosystem, and it feels like a great privilege that you all decided to come today and participate in the conversation. The last thing I want to say is thanks to the many people who made this conference possible. Thomson Reuters, of course, and their support, the very hard work of Roland Vogl and the team at Codex, and the very hard work of the people you may not have met, although you've probably met them when they gave you your name tag, our group at the law school that organizes conferences like this, the programs groups, Trish Gertridge and Jackie Del Barrio. If you see them today, thank them, because this didn't happen without incredibly hard work. So let me turn it over to Dr. Roland Vogl to further kick off this morning. Thank you again for being here.
Thank you very much, Liz, and thank you all for coming to our 5th annual Codex FutureLaw conference. So I want to start by taking a brief look back at our first Codex FutureLaw conference in 2013. The session topics then included legal disruption, why now, why here, what next, computational law and contracts, financing the legal revolution, designing legal data, and open source legal practice. So some of those topics are, of course, evergreen topics for this community, but the topic of legal disruption became a theme covered in mainstream media. The notion of the so-called robo-lawyer has become the paragon of this disruption, and is causing mixed emotions among people in our industry. There's, of course, a myriad of different opinions about when this disruption will occur or whether it will occur at all. But just the fact that we have this discussion, I think, has provided a glimpse at a future legal system that is fundamentally better than the one that we have today. And that, I think, is really what's driving this legal innovation community. So our conference today will start out with a keynote by Professor Gillian Hatfield. The keynote is titled Rules for a Flat World, Why Humans Invented Law and How Do We Reinvent It for a Complex World. So that's the title also of her most recent book. Then we'll have our first panel of experts at 10:15 discussing the promise and perils of data analytics in the law. That's a topic that's really pushed itself into the limelight in recent years. That will be followed by the rule systems panel at 11:40. And you probably, as you were walking in, you saw the fancy car outside. Her name is Trudy. If you want to find out why Trudy is here, you should come to the Rule Systems panel. Then we'll break for lunch at 12:40, and we will reunite at 2 p.m. for the Rise of the Legal Chatbot session, which will demo some very cool legal chatbots, and we'll have a panel discussion on some of the key issues surrounding legal chatbots. After that, we'll have our FutureLaw at 5 lightning round, which is basically a series of TED Talk style talks on critical topics, including legal education reform in the age of the robo-lawyer, building a better internet for legal help, the ABA report on the future of legal services. Then we have LSC President Jim Sandman's update on 2017 challenges and opportunities, and then we'll hear about why law firms should embrace matter standards. And then we'll close our conference with a customer roundtable where we hear from leading legal tech buyers in industry about what they're really looking for. So legal innovation, I think, is a truly global topic. There's exciting innovation happening in different countries around the world. Legal innovation conferences have been springing up around the world, pitching competitions, and this is a really exciting time for anyone interested in legal innovation. We are fortunate to have with us today people from around the world, so including a group of, I think, 28 leaders of the German legal innovation community. So please be sure to take the time and shake hands with our German friends. And we also have people from the legal innovation community in Brazil, India, and policymakers from South Korea. We very much appreciate you all taking on this long journey to be with us here today. So thank you all for coming. This conference is all about engaging with the deeper issues presented by emerging technologies and their long-term impact on the law. We hope this will also present an opportunity for us all to find new ways to collaborate and share experiences and plan for the future. I think we're living in truly exciting times, and it may sound like a cliche, but I think that lawyers and legal technologists carry a responsibility to shape the legal system into the best one that it can be, and that means a fairer, more transparent, and more accessible legal system. So with that, I just want to say also additional few thank yous again to our conference partner Thomson Reuters for the direct support of this conference. Also to all our other affiliates of the program in Law, Science, and Technology for the support of our work here at Stanford. To the Stanford Center for the Legal Profession under the leadership of Professor Rodi and Lucy Rika. Again, to the Stanford Program Group, Trish Gertridge and her team. To Codex, current Codex Residential Fellow Susan Salkind, who really worked tirelessly with me on pulling this event together. And to our immediate past Residential Codex Fellow, Nicole Shanahan, who helped us identify and generously supported the exhibit that you can see outside in the foyer. And so I will just turn it over to Nicole to say a few words about that. Thank you.
Thank you, Roland. I think we all know that none of us would be here today without Roland's work, so thank you again for that. So I'm given the privilege every year of trying to identify some cool tech to bring to the conference. 2 years ago, I brought in beams. Those were those robots, if you remember, that were running around the conference with people beaming in from all over the country. And actually, I think we had someone from Russia join us too. And then the year after that, last year, we had a VR experience in part supported by the Google Cardboards. And so this year, I really wanted to change the theme a little bit, and I wanted to focus on content. I think we're at a very interesting time where content is incredibly powerful, and so learning how to use it and package it in ways that can be compelling really are so very important, and we saw that in our political atmosphere recently, and I think going forward, we're going to see a lot more of that. So I brought to campus today Witness and Measures for Justice. And just to explain why these are such compelling projects, Witness has single-handedly contributed to the creation of over 100 terabytes worth of video evidence data. And so they have an interactive display out here that I hope you have a chance to take a look at. They spent 4 years compiling the very first video as evidence guidebook, which allows parties to take evidence, create it, and turn it into verified evidence for court proceedings. And then Measures for Justice, which is over here on this side, they are single-handedly doing the one thing that 2 years ago, Mike Chisareth and I decided was going to be impossible, and that is to collect from all agencies in the United States, and just to put that into perspective, there's 15,000 criminal justice agencies holding in different formats and in different rooms on different servers bits of criminal justice data. It's been assumed to be just too great of a project to collect all of this data, but Measures for Justice is doing it. They're very well supported, and they've already collected 10% of this data. So please go ahead and take a look at what they have in the foyer. And so with that, you know, I hope to connect with everyone. This is one of my favorite events every year, and I hope you enjoy the content. Thank you.